Hi knitters! So I'm at the part of my pattern where I'm ready to separate for my sleeves. I've already done it on one side of my cardigan, and now I'm going to show you how to do it on the other side. I have knitted over to my marker. Now the instructions are remove the marker, don't lose it, you're going to need it in a little bit. Put some yarn on a darning needle, and you are simply going to let your working yarn hang, and on the left needle you're just going to start picking off these stitches one by one, putting them onto this piece of scrap yarn, and you're going to draw that through, and they're going to hang out on this while we work the rest of our sweater. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to finish picking those off, and I'll join you here. And wow, that was quick. Got all the way across. Finished putting my last stitch onto that scrap yarn. It's just going to hang out there. I'm going to remove this marker. Now, before I continue on, if you remember, we started over here, and our working yarn is here, and we need to come over and join over to here. So we're going to be closing up this hole that will be our sleeve. Kind of like when you're knitting in the round and you join to knit in the round, we're going to be doing something very similar to that. But before we do that, she wants to add a few extra stitches under the arm to give you just that little bit of extra movement under there. Now, she has called for a special kind of cast on for that, and it's called the backward loop. Very easy. I understand why she did it. It's also very stretchy, which will be very forgiving in that area where there would tend to be a lot of stress on a sweater. So right now I'm looking at my right side of my garment. I'm going to turn it around, and I'm going to look at the purl side. I'm going to find my yarn. Where is it hanging from that's connected to my yarn ball? It's right here. Pull this up close to the end. All a backward loop is basically making a loop that looks like an E, putting it on and pulling it tight. Make another one, put it on, pull it tight. Make another one, put it on, pull it tight. For me, I have to do 4. Okay, that marker I told you not to lose track of, put it in right now. So I'm going to grab that, put that on there. Now I need to do 4 more after I put that marker on. What that marker is going to do is it's going to indicate the very center of your underarm, and it's going to follow all the way down as we're knitting and indicate where the real side seam is on this sweater. I think we're going to need to know that later when we're working on the pattern that she has the design element for the sweater. Okay, those are on there. That's what it looks like. Okay, looking at the purl side of my knitting, I can't take off yet, because I was on a right side, so flip it around. Now I feel better. Now I'm orientated right. My yarn is trailing from the right, where it should be, and I'm going to pick up the needle over here, and I'm going to insert into the first stitch onto my left needle. Now, what this is going to do is it's going to knit this gap together. So simply wrap that stitch in a knit stitch and take it off. And then on the second time you go in, do an extra little tug to pull that fairly snug. And there you go. We have a hole for a sleeve. All right, now your job is to go ahead and knit over to the edge of this garment, turn around, and purl back. Don't worry about the purling back through the back loop or anything. They're just simple purl rows. Okay, according to the body part of this, which we're getting ready to start, the sleeves are going to just hang out, and they're going to wait on us. We're going to go ahead and we're going to be working on this part of the sweater. We will be starting the design element, which I think will be kind of fun, and it'll be very interesting, and will hold my attention, which is sometimes hard to do. You guys who know me know that. But before we start that pattern chart, we are going to work 5 rows of stockinette, and they want you to end on a wrong side row, be ready for the right side, and I'll see you back here. Happy knitting!